The title of my TED talk is What a Summer of Adventure Has Taught Me. Now, there's one word here that scares me a lot. It's obviously not me, because I like myself. It's not going to be summer, because no school, time to relax. It's going to be one thing here. It's going to be adventure. Now, adventure scares me a lot. It scared me a lot. The word adventure would send shivers down my spine. I refused to go on adventures because I simply thought that I was either an adventurous person or not. You could say I lived in my comfort zone. And they say that whoever lives in their comfort zone does not grow. So, now that you know a bit about me and my dislike for adventure, because I always had fear of the outcome. Like, would I break my legs? Would I slip and fall? Like, it was always, it always haunted me. So I'd like to go through my summer of adventure and show you what I did in the summer of 2017, when I finally decided to say, I am not going to live in my comfort zone. I am going to do something extraordinary. If I have big ambitions, if I want to impact the world and create big changes, then I have to not be scared of adventure. Because they say life is an adventure itself. There are conflicts, there are good times, there are there is protocol between family, between co-workers. So in order to master life, I needed to master adventure. So allow me to show you my summer of adventure. So in 2017, my parents took me to Cappadocia in Turkey. This is a place well known for its natural attractions as well as the hot air balloons. In fact, the hot air balloons, they go up at once, and it is so beautiful. This is me after I combated the fear of adventure. It was actually, going to Cappadocia was my idea in the first place. So in this moment I was like, what did I do now? Why was it my idea? But I saw it in a Turkish TV series and loved it. So it went well. So this is me ziplining in a place called Trabzon. As you can see, my body language, I'm very nervous. That push was liberating. I felt like a bird, like overflowing with cheerfulness. So it was liberating, indeed. So there I am. Bye. Okay, so I went to Malaysia with my aunt and my cousin, and we went to a theme park in a place called Berjaya Times Square. Now, being a person who does not like adventure and heights, I have a fear of heights, my cousin gave me advice and told me, Omayma, you have to go on this roller coaster. I've been to this roller coaster like 500 times, and if you don't go on it, something will happen to me. And I'm the older cousin. She's young. She's like 4 years younger, I think. And so I was like, I have to show her that I can do stuff like this. It was really good. I went there 3 times, and as you can see, there are we would go up and down, and then we would be flipped. And parasailing. This was also in Malaysia, in a place called Penang. I never thought I would do this. From a person who hated adventure, who was so scared of adventure, I never thought I would actually be alone with people I don't know in the boat, and a person behind me, and the sea below me, the expanse of sea. So I didn't know what to expect, but I was like, if I'm going to do something, if I'm going to change the world, I have to not be scared of things like this. Because, in fact, the situations we see in life are sometimes scarier than this. So, as you can see, I'm coming down, and the instructor behind me told me to I think stand, and I didn't understand. How am I going to stand and I'm literally mid-air? And so, as you can see, look at my fall. And yeah, and that's the price you pay when you go on adventure. You fall. But I didn't break my bones, thank God, like I thought I would. So, okay, so that's it, the parasailing part. So what lessons did I learn from this? Number one, do not miss opportunities by telling yourself to wait for the right moment. The right moment may never come. I always do this. And everywhere I go, I always wait for the right moment. I'm not going to talk to this person because I'm waiting for that beautiful moment, that moment where you know, everything will be beautiful and I will be able to talk to that person and they're happy, they're in a good mood. And when I go shopping, I find the perfect dress. But, you know, my family are in a rush, so I'm always like, oh, we'll come back tomorrow, and we never come back tomorrow. So as you can see, I always waited for this right moment, but that right moment is a myth. It's something, perfection does not exist. So if you expect the right moment, then it might not never come. You have to make the moment right. So when you see that perfect dress, oh, I know we're in a rush, but can we please like wait 5 minutes to purchase this dress? So it's all about how you can make the right moment. Lesson 2, celebrate different experiences and people. I am an advocate for diversity, for inclusivity, for respecting each other, regardless of race, gender, ethnicity, or religion. Because I have been in situations where people disrespected me just because, for example, I'm a Muslim or because I'm, you know, a woman, and I never understood why. I never understood why people would discriminate against me and other people. We see now in politics, minorities are being discriminated against, and we should not do this. Because at the end of the day, we should focus on our similarities. I'm a human being, and so are minorities. So why don't we treat each other in a humane manner? Because at the end of the day, that is what makes us human. Lesson 3. Similarly to when you're on a hot air balloon, ziplining, or on a roller coaster ride, or parasailing, always look ahead for happiness. I have this tendency to look back in the past and say to myself, I've done so many mistakes. I've hurt some people unintentionally, and I always look back. But when you always look back, or when you always focus on the present, there are some consequences because you never hope. That hope is very important. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, we must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. How do we never lose infinite hope? We never lose infinite hope when we have the ability to look into the future and say, things will be better. The best is yet to come. Always look ahead, always be positive, and positive things happen. Cynical people are just delusioned with their circumstances, unfortunately. But we lack doers. Everybody talks. Everybody says the economy is bad, people are suffering, there is injustice. But we lack doers. Doers who will stand up for justice. Doers who will do things about the economy, who will make things right. We need to start doing things. Lesson 4. Your positive family and friends who motivate you and support you should be cherished. For me, this is very important because if I didn't have positive family members and friends who motivated me, I would have been like a stagnant pond that allows algae to trap the oxygen out of water. And what happens when algae traps the oxygen out of the water? The fish die. Animals in the water die, and that is a process called eutrophication. So stagnant ponds don't have many benefits compared to flowing rivers that replace old water with new water. So I'm very thankful for those positive family members and friends. So you can see, I was a person who disliked adventure. I told myself that I simply was not an adventurous person. I couldn't be this creative person who would do things and overcome my fear of heights. But I persisted. I took this challenge and I was like, this summer of 2017, back then, I would do something amazing. I would have stories to tell people, to talk to people. If I did not overcome fear, how can I give advice to people about how to overcome fear? How can I bring justice to the world if I am afraid of going out of my comfort zone? Now, do you promise me that you will continue your biggest adventure life in an amazing manner? Thank you.